We have been saving an amazing speaker to finish our show tonight, and I'm really excited about bringing up Ted Larkins. Ted Larkins is a coach, a speaker, and author of the best-selling book, Get to Be Happy. He developed a leading entertainment licensing company in Japan, and Ted helps people be engaged in life, lose stress, and be happy. Please welcome Ted Larkins.
Hey, everybody. I'm the last one. Are you excited? You ready? It's so great to be here. I'm really excited. I get to be here. Let me say that again. I get to be here. And by the end of this 10 minutes, I think you're going to be saying, I get to as well. My name is Ted Larkins. I'm a coach and speaker and author of the best-selling book, Get to Be Happy, Stories and Secrets to Loving the Shit Out of Life. So I thought I'd have a little fun. I'm going to read the blurb that radio stations and TV stations use to introduce me. I thought that'd be a fun way to introduce myself. You ready? Our next guest is Ted Larkins. Over the last 30 years, Ted has co-developed a leading entertainment licensing company in Japan, representing such greats as Paramount Pictures, Sony, MGM, DreamWorks, and worked with celebrities including Mariah Carey, John Bon Jovi, and Celine Dion, and the great golfer Jack Nicklaus. Ted was most recently the Senior Vice President of DHX Media, the owners of the Parch Peanuts and Charlie Brown brand, Teletubbies, Inspector Gadget, and hundreds of other properties. His deals have generated nearly $1 billion in sales of product. Ted is a guest lecturer at UCLA and NYU, and he lives with his wife and children in Orlando, Florida. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now let me tell you the real story. I'm a bartender. See, when I was 18 in Columbus, Ohio, I went to the International Bartending Institute and got a degree in mixology. I hitchhiked out west and I bartended at the MGM Grand in Reno, Nevada. I made my way down to San Diego. I poured beer at the San Diego Chargers games. And then I bartended at the Sheraton Grand on Harbor Island there in San Diego. I made my way up north to LA and I bartended at the swanky Tribeca restaurant in Beverly Hills. Then from there, when I was 26, I found myself behind the bar again, only this time in Osaka, Japan, at a bar called the Wild West Club. And when a customer over the bar asked me to come teach his kids English in exchange for rent, my 6-month stay in Japan turned into 9 years. And I hung out with Bon Jovi. It was pretty cool. But I also found enlightenment. I went down to the mountains in Hiroshima and meditated with the Zen monks. I met Mother Teresa in Calcutta. I held my best friend as he died in my arms, and I lost my daughter. But through all of this, I have learned how to share a viewpoint on life, how to help people find happiness, to step out of the stress of life and step into their power. And I call it the Get To principle, and I'm here to share that with you guys today. It's really fun. So in my 45-minute talk, which I'm going to come to your schools and share, I'm going to share 6 key points. The first one is how to go from being a victim and step into your power and have control of your life, even in the most challenging of times. I'm going to share an exercise that will change your life. It's really powerful. It's cool. I'm going to share 4 myths. I'm going to talk about the 4 myths of happiness and how to get beyond them. I'm also going to speak about the 4 keys to happiness. You guys, when you learn these 4 keys, it changes your life. It's very powerful. The 4th thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share about something I call energized peacefulness. You guys all want to know about energized peacefulness? It's very cool. It's about being present in the moment and looking at the emerging future. It's a very powerful way to look at life. And the 6th thing I share is something I call the $10 million mindset. When you get the $10 million mindset, it shifts how you view life. It's very powerful. So let me go on here. This is the book that I wrote, and I'm going to go on. So how do you view life? The lens through which you look at life is how you treat life. And the way you treat life is what life becomes. This is a powerful saying. The lens through which you view life is how you treat life, and how you treat life is what life becomes. And you can change your lens, and I'm going to show you how. So, let me see. Some of the things you're going to get from this talk. when I come over there, come speak to you, my thing's not working that well. You're going to get a decrease in stress and anxiety. You're going to get better grades. You're going to experience more happiness. You're going to experience more happiness more often, and you're going to move from the victim feeling and step into your power. It's really incredible. Stu Seltzer, business professor at NYU, says, Ted's presentation to my students at New York University this past spring was fantastic. He was passionate, and he had engaging and thought-provoking stories. I highly recommend him as a speaker for other universities. So look, this isn't all Pollyanna, rah-rah stuff. This is a real-life presentation that offers a new way to approach life. See, a number of years ago, I was in Calcutta. I was in a taxi going through the streets, the hot wind, the windows were open, the hot air coming in with the fumes from the motorcycles and all the cars, the smell of curry and everything wafting through the windows. And we came to a stop. And I noticed we were on railroad tracks, but we were bumper to bumper with a car in front and a car in back. I looked over and I noticed that a train was coming. And I said to the taxi driver, move, move. But he couldn't move. He was honking his horn. He was yelling. The train was coming slowly, but coming. I could still see the train driver screaming through his windshield silently as he slammed into the back of my taxi and pushed me down and slowly off the tracks and kept going. And then it was silent. You know what I did? Something I've never done. Instead of feeling like, oh, why does this happen to me? I said, I got to experience that. It was a new way of looking at life. Luckily, I got out of that without getting too injured. But what I realized at other times, I had also had this feeling of, I get to. And it started to solidify in my thinking. A number of years later, I was scrubbing the dishes. I was grumbling, I have to do the dishes. Doing the dishes is a crappy job at the best of times, but I was going through some stress at work, and it was, it was a tough time. But I remember that taxi incident and some other times that I felt get to. And I stopped and I said, wait, I get to do the dishes. And in that moment I realized, 20,000 people are gonna die of starvation. Can I have some compassion? And in the next moment I realized, wow, I just had a good meal. And I smiled. I said, I get to do the dishes. And then right after that, after I was done with the meal, I was going over to work on my computer, and I remembered that my 11-year-old son had asked me to play with him. I said, oh, I gotta go play with Will. And as I started walking over, I said, oh, I don't gotta, I get to. I mean, how many parents aren't going to? Aren't gonna get to play with their kids? And I have great appreciation for my little boy with his purple hair that he had dyed the other day. And at that moment, I woke up. I woke up to this incredible experience of saying get to. And I realized that not only in my life when I had been using that, I was successful, I realized that when I'm deliberate, I could live it more often. And I could also share it with others. And that's what I do. I bring the get to principle to others. And it's very powerful, and I love sharing it. So the get to in general, at its basic is this. We live our lives as victims saying, I have to, I gotta. And to step out of that and say, I get to, is very powerful. It seems very simple, but with some practice and with some exercises, it can really change your life. I bring it to people, and I share with you how to improve your relationships, get better grades, get more engaged in life. It's really, really cool. So when I come to your school, I share the transformative Get To principle. I know it can change your life. Please come see me. I'm in booth 54 over there. And let's do this Get To movement together. It's really powerful, really great. Thank you so much. And you guys, this is the last one, so applaud to yourselves for being here, and thank you so much for your time.
Let's hear it for Ted Larkins, everybody.